on YouTube. If you want to see like the slides and stuff, or on Facebook or LinkedIn. But if you want to just hear the conversation, then you could just hang out here. I am literally sitting on my front porch, y'all, because my house is still a bunch of boxes. So two folks, because I'm sure folks are like, where is she? Uh, Interesting. All right. Y'all, I am ready to rock and roll. And I am making sure that I'm good to go. Thank y'all for your patience. Let me just make sure that I'm good everywhere. And y'all, this is what happens when you go away for your summer break. Because I promise you, I have not done a live since I said I was going on summer break. And so now I'm like, why the live not working? But it is working. It is working. All right, friends. So we are live. Hello, everybody. When you pop in and you pop out or watch this later, I'm Kishshana Palmer. Shout out to Kindred by Designs for my specs, which when I am outside transition to sunglasses. And so I'm sort of in the shade. So you can get a little bit of that flavor. So if y'all want to see my eyes, look, my lashes are not done or nothing, y'all. This move has really worn me out. But drop for me in the chat. How y'all doing? How's your summer been? What have y'all been up to? We've been posting quite a bit, but I have been out living all types of lives. It has been a hell of a summer. Um, if this is your first time here, I'm Kishshana Palmer, CEO of the Kishshana Co family of brands, and we are going to be talking about why I am letting go. Hey, my darling Michaela, what's up? Hey, Danette. We're going to be talking about why Kishshana Co is going the way of the Dodo Bird and what we are going to be doing now and next. It is Tuesday, September 12th. Y'all, first of all, I don't know about the rest of y'all, but this summer was like all the way hot. And not just from the temperature. I think that life transitions, the Queen Age of graduating from high school, the Queen Age of going away to college, getting her, halfway, um, more than halfway across the country to Mississippi. And then, y'all, I had the bright idea that I wanted to be closer to my child. And so I picked up myself, all my stuff in my house and my mama, and moved to Georgia. Lord. And so it has been a hell of a summer. It has been some cool experiences. Everybody kept asking me, like, am I going to break down crying when the child goes to college? And y'all, I ain't had a breakdown because one thing, if y'all have been following me long enough, I said I was going to enjoy the Queen Age's senior year with her. And we did that. She got to the schoolhouse, y'all, and ran for Miss Freshman. She had a wonderful campaign. She didn't win. There was low student turnout, which really made me sad. But this is the state of our young people. And so we're learning about all of that. But she met every darn body, child. Everybody knows who this child is. And now she's running for something else. She has opened her own lash business. She is certified. Shout out to India Drummond, who has an amazing, amazing lash suite, set of suites in San Antonio, Texas, who certified her. So the baby has gotten it together. So she got a website and a business card and all of the things. And that's because I told her, you off my payroll. She's on the Mommy and Daddy Scholarship, Presidential Scholarship Fund. And so she needs to make her own working money. So if you ever see me post about the broke college child, because she's out here panhandling, give her some money, y'all, on her Cash App, because I ain't giving her none at all. She's gotten skills. She can do hair, and she is certified to do lashes. So the baby is off to do what she needs to do. So why did I pick Georgia? I picked Georgia because number one, I need to be close to an airport. Y'all know I spend all my time flying to see clients and speaking, et cetera. And so that was really important to me. Two, I wanted to be close to her. So I'm 5.5 hours away. So I ain't that close. I'm even farther away than my parents were from me when I went to college. And them folk did not come visit me. I just want you to know. Drop off in September, pick up in May. That's all I got. But I want to be able to go to the games. And, I didn't go to an HBCU, although shout out to Bentley University and shout out to Zytel chapter, the Ultimate Data Sorority Incorporated, made my college life rich. But it is wonderful to experience her experience as an HBCU mom. And the mom crew at JSU is amazing. And so the Alumni Association, shout out to New York, y'all, everybody has been phenomenal. So all I can say is, bootleggery aside, because every institution, including my own, has it. It has been a wonderful experience and a wonderful transition for her. And so therefore, it has been a wonderful transition to me. And we talk almost every day, and she gives me all the shenanigans, and I know all her friends. And so I'm still the community mother. That hasn't changed. So those are my two like big reasons. And the third was, I really felt like I've been called to Greater Metro Atlanta for a long time. Anybody who's known me a long time knows that I've been, gunning to move here since I was in middle school. But as life would have it, we ended up not being able to move then. And so here we are now. And so this is a time for lots of change. And one thing I know, and drop it's true in the chat, the only thing that I know that is constant and consistent is change. You can bet on it. Okay. You could put your money on it. If we could play lotto on the probability of change, I think a lot of us would be out here rich for 5 years. Because after 5 years, y'all, the people then lose the money. Okay. But at least for 5 years, we'd be all right. So it's a lot of change. I have changed my business model. Up until about last month, I had planned to go in-house at a major tech firm for what I thought was going to be like a dream opportunity, which gave me the opportunity to shift the business model for Kishshana Co. and to be able to think about how to welcome more consultants into the practice who would step into the Kishshana Co. way of doing things, bringing joy and happiness to management and leadership everywhere we go. But that fell through at the last minute. It was really, really upsetting. I had been planning for it for well over a year. And so it really, really rocked my world. It did. Because when you're preparing to go in-house, you don't do business development in the same way. There's an expectation of not doing that. And so I did not have the runway that I normally have so that we glide easily from thing to thing. So if y'all are like, I haven't really seen you shine on the road and stuff, it was on purpose, y'all. Supposed to be going in-house. And that has not worked out. And after shaking a fist and really being upset and angry and all the feelings that come with that, I had to take a step back. And you all have heard me talk about purpose, right? Sometimes we struggle with purpose. What is our purpose? Why are we here? And I deeply believe that purpose are your values in action in this season of your life. And so it was an opportunity for me to pause and really reflect, am I actually living out my values in action in this season of my life? And when I looked a little bit closer at that, I'll put in air quotes, opportunity, and other things that had been on my plate that were huge, y'all, multi six-figure opportunities, clients, and so forth. It was like an anvil, not even around my neck and my waist and my ankle. I might as well have gotten murked by the mafia, okay, and tossed into the river. That's how much they were weighing me down. And I think a lot of times, for those of us who are business owners, who are freelancers, who are thinking about stepping out on their own, who are thinking about what's next for my life, even in my career, it always seems green over there. And sometimes it is green over there, but sometimes it's turf. And sometimes it's crabgrass. And I was almost about to step into a crabgrass season of life. And the reason I'm talking about grass, y'all, is because the level of crabgrass on my property, why did the city girl move to the woods? I don't like bugs, okay, of any kind. And all I have dealt with since the day I got here are the damn bugs. And so when you think about crabgrass is invasive. It takes over everything. It gets into the good stuff. From far away, it looks like it is the good stuff. And then you get up on it and you go, no, why does that look like partially a plant and partially a tree and partially like it's alive and partially a Venus flytrap? Because it is infecting the good stuff. And sometimes we think we are going to the good stuff when what we really were going into was something that was going to infect us. And so for those of y'all who are believers, God is funny like that, right? Every time you have a plan, baby, the man, sis man be like, hey, you and your plan got to go. For those of y'all who believe in other things, the universe sometimes to give you exactly what you asked for. Were you careful in what you asked for? And so what I'd asked for over a year ago with this opportunity was space to do something amazing, was runway to have huge impact. When you are an entrepreneur who is trying to scale, and at this particular moment, Kishshana Co does not have a product. We are working on one. We don't have an actual tangible tech product, and we are in the world of tech-enabled products and services. So when you're selling a service, right, you've got to be on the light foot. You have to be constantly doing business development. You have to constantly be talking to folks. You are always selling. Sometimes you are selling so much that you don't know what you're selling. Are you selling yourself? Are you selling your company? Are you selling the product? Are you selling your child? Are you giving a kidney away? There's a lot of stuff. Same as if you are a, let me give y'all a joke, a high value professional. You have raised millions and millions of dollars, and yet somehow the promotion does not come your way. And yet somehow you get to the interview and they just need a little bit more experience. You're a qualified sales professional, qualified in operations, qualified in IT, because I know lots of folks are qualified in equity work across industries, industry agnostic, and yet it's always just a little bit short. And so I had to really kind of step back and go, okay, Kish, what are your values for real, for real? And how are your values showing up in this season of your life? So I had to check myself. So that's the first thing. Hold on. Yeah, here we go. I had to check myself. The second thing I had to do was say, aren't you already having impact? And y'all have never heard me say, if I help one, I've helped the many. No, I like to help the many. I am of the many portion of the program. There are those who are help the one, and that is amazing work. But this one, Kishshana Palmer, is help the many. Are you not already impacting and affecting many? Not just your clients, not just people who follow you, not just people who want to be a part of the Kishshana Co team, but you are putting good things into the world and you are operating in integrity. And so anything that you're attracting to you that lacks integrity is not going to stick. So then I looked at that opportunity in a different light. And so I went back to my bag, y'all, because I'm a planner. Futuristic is one of my strengths. Y'all know I talk about Strengths Finder all the time. I'm a strengths coach. And I look at strategic. Strategic means there is always another way. And I said, what do I have in one of my notebooks? And y'all, in one of my notebooks, I had something that I've been working on since 2018 that I had not acted on, had the registered trademark for. Okay? Shout out to the creator's lawyer for getting my trademarks together. And hadn't done a thing with. And so I called my team and I said, listen, y'all, what we going to do? We got to put our best thinking on the table. They said, about this thing we had already created and you had put down to go do this other thing over here, why don't we take a look at that? So I got with my CFO, got with my director of operations, got with my head designer, hired a business development specialist who y'all will meet. He is amazing. First dude to the crew. And we said, what does impact in management and leadership with a wellness and equity funk on it look like? How can we upend how we even think about business, how we think about the work we do, how we attract folks who want to do that kind of work, how we create space for people to be able to take care of their families and themselves, how we can embrace the idea of wealth creation, both starting with what the company can help our team members create, and then what we can help our clients do for themselves, not just at the corporate level, but individually with the folks that we serve. Those are the folks that we coach. Those are the folks that we advise. So how do we get to the crux of that? And here we are, y'all. I've decided that the thing that I need to do is to step out of the limelight, if you will, of Kishshana Co, because I would go into rooms and I would say, well, here's my consultant, so-and-so. They'd be like, well, you not coming? And I would say, well, no, I'm not coming. Sorry, y'all, my phone keeps ringing, okay? Because when you first move into a home, you got 37,195 deliveries. And so I said, okay, y'all don't want to work with the people who I've trained or who I work with or who I trust? The answer was no. They won't want to work with me. Well, that's not scalable, y'all. And I just said to y'all, we are one to many. We do big things. And so I had to think about, how do I continue to have the presence that I enjoy and the impact that I know that I am designed to do, and also continue to bring my style, my brand of leadership and management out to different industries. And so I decided to put Kishshana Co to rest as it exists today. And then we just took all of our intellectual property, all of our products, all of the classes that I've taught, all the trainings we've given, and we systematized them in a way that over the next couple of months, I'm going to introduce to you some of the baddest consultants in the land. Some who have their own practices, but are going to be working alongside my team, and some who are going to be joining my team full time, because we believe deeply that it is possible for you to have the kind of life that you deserve, both at work and at home. It's just possible. It's possible to do those things. And that we want to make sure that people have the opportunity to experience that. And so I'm going to be reintroducing the new and improved Kishshana Co, which you will now come to know as ManageMint. Why ManageMint? So I know some of y'all are looking still. I might have to shout for my mom to come answer this phone because the tile people are trying to come. Why ManageMint? So again, if y'all are on Instagram, after the live is over, I will drop some of our graphics because Alicia did the damn thing on this brand. ManageMint is a fresh take on leadership and management. It's time for us to stop doing white cis male normative management and leadership. A playbook is a playbook is a playbook is a playbook, and it is only good enough if you, in fact, know what it is, know one, where the playbook is, and then two, know what to do with it. And then three, just like in Zelda, Super Mario Brothers, Mortal Kombat, you have to get the unlock key to move up a level. But if you don't get the unlock key, even if you were able to snag the playbook, how are you then successful without selling your soul? Is it possible to do that? And we believe that the answer is yes. And so what you're going to be experiencing as we cut our company over, because Kishshana Co is going to be sunset as the way you know it. You'll see our brand start to change. Let me pull you back for those of y'all who are watching online. You'll see us think about something that's minty fresh, right? Effervescent, if you will, making you feel alive. What colors give you that? A nice deep sea green blue. Think about being by the ocean. You're calm. You feel a sense of peace. Can you imagine what it's like to do your work, your job every day with a sense of peace, to manage people with a sense of joy, to actually want to show up to that job because you either like the people or the job? But if we get it right, both, to have a sense of focus and purpose in your world that doesn't make you feel like you are failing at every opportunity because you're not rocking by whatever playbook they told you're supposed to do. So management's fresh, right? Because I'm a Queens girl from New York. I keep it funky fresh. Y'all don't see the glasses that match the brand. Hello. And so is it going to be trendy? Absolutely not. I am an old lady who lives in a shoe. I am the get off my lawn lady. And now y'all have an actual lawn to be like, get off my lawn. It's really funny. It's going to be steeped in my over 25 years of actual working knowledge, and collectively with the consultants who are joining the management team, our management masters, we're bringing you north of 100 years of collective experience. And so I know that this is going to be something that, whether you are in manufacturing, logistics, tech, fintech, health tech, my nonprofit folks across all spectrums, from foundations to NGOs and beyond, whether you're in a VC, working for a VC, and you want to bring stuff into your portfolio, that we have something that is set and ready for the managers and leaders of tomorrow, literally. That we have found a way to take the best of what we know and the trials and tribulations of what we have learned, y'all, with the scars to prove it, hello, to be able to bring you something that's going to literally change your game. Because it may not change the game, but it definitely will change your game. Thank you, Sheik. I appreciate you for hanging out with me. Come back to the replay later, but thank you for dropping in. And so I figured I would share that with you. So what are we going to be offering, y'all? And I'm going to jump. We're going to be offering management and leadership training. So that's team offsites, executive leadership offsites, executive leadership advisory, and CEO advisory, which is a little bit different than coaching. Because a lot of times folks are like, Kish, just tell me what to do. So we have myself along with a few advisors. We absolutely have executive coaching and we have senior leadership coaching. As always, I believe very deeply in creating a leadership pipeline. And so we're going to always have management to senior management to executive leadership courses and group coaching that we're going to be launching. We're going to be focused on women identifying folks, queer folks, in some of our work to make sure that it is equitable from the jump. And of course, we're going to be working with our boards and not just nonprofit boards, but corporate boards. So I've served on a few corporate boards at this point, and y'all, I know a thing or two, and I've learned a thing or two. And you would think that when you're a consultant that you know all the things, but it's not till you are in that sauce that you're like, oh, ho, ho, ho. Y'all play a lot of games. Okay. And so how do you prepare the new startups? How do you prepare new industries to actually create and sustain the kind of boards that operate above the line and that walk with a sense of purpose and that are excited and understand the responsibility that comes with doing DEI work and being able to look at corporate social responsibility as an asset to the business and not something that's going to pull them down. So we have a lot of that we're going to be introducing. We're still going to be doing all of our retreats. And then separately, I'll still be on the road as the CEO of this company, speaking to companies and organizations about living well and leading well and living the life you love. But my team is going to be really focused in on that work. And the thing that we have done the last 3 years, very quietly, but has been probably the largest share of my business, is interim executive services. And so I've been in house and I've also placed several consultants in house as CEOs, COOs, CFOs, and chief development officers. And so we have a dynamic set of professionals who are ready to serve as your fractional chief development officers, your fractional chief financial officers, your fractional chief operating officers, and your fractional chief executives. These things are necessary in organizations that are going through a point of inflection, that have gotten to a point in the road that you're like, is we is or is we ain't gonna do this thing. And you need folks who are knowledgeable, who are nimble, and who can help steer that ship until you have a permanent person in seat and can inform who will be the healthiest person in seat. And a lot of times we don't do it that way. We like people's CVs and we like big names and all the accolades. No, 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 no. At ManageMint, we look at what is actually going to help change the wave of your organization, stem the tide if we have to of the organization, shift the culture. I just came out of an engagement where I literally, alongside the team that I brought on, shifted the culture of that organization within 6 months. One person said to me and said to their manager, if it wasn't for Kishshana and her team, because I was able to bring in some other consultants to work on their areas of business. Thank you, babe. I appreciate you. I would not have been able to buy a car. In my 30s, for the first time, I'm able to buy a car that can get my family around. That may not be a big management or leadership win for y'all, but the ability to set in place compensation and remuneration that had been on hold for almost a decade in under 6 months for the entire 40 something people in the organization, y'all, that's what we do in management. We take change management very seriously. So that's going to be those two new services you'll hear me talk a lot more about and the team talk a lot more about. Anyway, y'all, I promised my team that I said I'm going to be right to 1:30 and it's 1:26 Eastern time now. I'm just checking in the chat to make sure I didn't miss anything. Thank y'all for the shout outs. Absolutely look forward to the replay. Come on, Dr. K. Okay. And I am just really excited. We didn't do a website launch. We're not doing a big fafafaloo because y'all really don't care about nobody's new website. But what you care about is there excellence in service? Is there going to be more of what I can access? Can I inform the investment? Can I afford the investment? And the answer is yes. We are going to have something that caters to smaller businesses and organizations, as well as the medium and matrix size organizations that we have served for the last almost 10 years. And so If you don't follow me already on LinkedIn, best way to jump in, sign up for my newsletter. Shout out to the 3,100 of y'all strong who signed up for the newsletter on LinkedIn. Get into the email list. That's where the juice is coming. If you are interested in knowing what I'm doing when I'm not at work, I hope you are subscribed on YouTube to A Kish Goodnight, because I don't know if y'all know, but Mama Dawn has taken a starring role in What Does It Mean to Be a Widow and Have a Life and get back into the dating scene. And why does that impact us as professionals? You know, I always loop everything together. How can you live a life you love? So I'm happy to announce that ManageMint is going to be sun rising, because Kishshana Co will be sunsetting as you know it. And I hope you give me feedback. I hope you stay connected. I hope you refer me to others who need our services, who we should be getting in front of, but we haven't already, because we are still a small team and a small business. But baby, small does not mean weak. Small for us means mighty. Okay. And so we want to put a fresh take on how you think about your management and your leadership so that you can live the life you love. You can have the career or business you love, and you can be healthy AF while you do it. Welcome, y'all, to ManageMint. Y'all have a great, great, great rest of your week. I hope this was super helpful to each and every one of y'all. As always, if you want to book some time with me, you can book a VIP strategy day with me at kishco.info/VIP strategy. I'm probably going to do about 5 to 6 of those maybe over the next 2 months as we start to take on bigger projects. But I always want to make sure there's time and space for professionals who need like a little zing, or your team needs it, or you don't quite have the budget yet to bring in my team to do a full-fledged project, but you do need to get some strategy work to get you started. We are happy to do that, and we are staffed to do that. And so really excited for everything you got going on. Thank you. Come on. My senior designer and marketing director on stage. At least she said small MIT. Yes. Little but taller. Yes. Come on. Thank y'all for supporting me always. And always, feedback is a gift. And so when we are fully live, you will see that cutover. If you're not on our email list, make sure you get on it, because we'll be announcing that there as well on Instagram and all of our social channels. So be on the lookout real soon. Next couple of days, we'll be ready to rock and roll. And I want y'all to say hello to ManageMint when you see us live. Thank y'all so much for hanging out with us today. And I cannot wait for you to see what we have in store and to experience a fresh take on management and leadership. All right, y'all.